Okay, welcome back everyone. Today we are going to try and finish this Deluxe project here. I've never done any soldering before, so I have to solder the neck and bridge pickup to the pots and the three-way switch, as well as the jack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to solder the pickups first. I'm going to push some extra wire up in the cavity, so if you got to pull the pickup out, it's not so tight that you can't do anything with it. Alright, the part that I don't want to do is cutting this. I guess we got to do it at some point, right? There it is, committed. So now I got to get this braided part pulled back. Snip it a little bit. Ooh. Already got my first metal splinter. So I was going to take this down to guitar repair shop and just have them solder it, but I'm going to be needing to do this a whole lot more, so I might as well figure out how to do it on my own. Because then I'll save a bunch more money and I'll get to learn something, as well as feeling some accomplishment. Okay, so here we go. I have the good old 60-40 lead solder, but I am going to use the lead free on this. Dad and I were talking, we're going to save this good old stuff for the old vintage stuff. Alright. So I'm using a American Beauty soldering iron. I really should have changed the tip. Just now thought of that. I pulled this out. It's got one of the biggest tips you can probably put on here. Let's see if I can do this without screwing it up. So far so good. And get this ground. I might be able to smelt it right in with theirs. So right now I'm trying to connect the ground that comes from the inside of the guitar. I think it comes from the bridge area. I think I got it. Yep. Well, it's a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Alright, so I have the wire hooked up, the ground hooked up. Now I need to get the braided part of the wire on the pot. There we go. Well, this is a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I'm not sure why I chickened out on my 76. I could have saved 250 bucks. But they are doing fretwork too. Something else that I need to learn. Alright. Push a little bit back in. Swing this around like so. Cut that off there. I'm going to try and use these for the jack as well. I didn't realize that this was a 4-wire switch. If I'd have known that, I would have purchased the one with the braided metal wires for this. It's in now, so I'm going to use it, but all my future projects, I'm not going to go with these 4-wire conductor ones. I'm going to probably solder my own wire to it so I can use all the metal braided wires like they did back in the old days. Again, I'm really into the old 50s and 60s style of guitars, the way they built them, the specifications, all that kind of stuff. So nothing excites me about these modern guitars. And some of them might look good like this one, but at the end of the day, it's still modern. So I like to get all the garbage out of them. PCB boards, stuff like that. It's awful tight in here. Nice and easy. Now let's get the braided wire on there. I'm going to make a little pole for it. Well, so far I have the 2 pickup wires on in the ground. So now we have to hook this up. So I better cut it about here so I have some extra. here we go. Done deal now. Cut some of this casing back so we can get to the wires we need. I gotta get enough peeled back to where I can get a wire to each pot. There's your crown. Red, black, green, and white. And that is strange because here, C is orange. Oh, I see what they're doing. Alright. C is the hot. Let me make sure I did this right. C is the hot from the pickup. Yep, did that. Okay, so D is going to be from the switch soldered middle lug of the volume pot. Green. Okay, so we just need red and green. Just wonder if I'm gonna probably ground this ground still. It bothers me. Why have a ground there and not use it, right? So we will definitely use the ground. I get a little more of this casing out of the way. Oh, we ordered a better microphone. I bet you that's what this is. You guys might actually be able to hear me. Yeah, I think that's what this is. Yep. So we'll be checking this out. Guess you plug that into the phone, it looks like. And then you wear this and you clip the mic on. So next video, you guys are probably actually going to hear what I'm saying. So that's good. Might as well open this one too. I'm already sidetracked. Might as well get sidetracked again. Oh, there we go. Set of strip tuners like this, but with the cream buttons. Couldn't pass them up. 16 bucks. I mean, really? You didn't think these were 17. So I snagged a set of each with the cream buttons and one with the metal buttons. Again, I like to buy parts. You never know what you're going to use them for or need them for. Alright, enough sidetracking here. Let's go ahead and button this up. Get some of this insulation out of the way. And I say we needed red and green, so we'll get these two over here. I'm going to use the ground too. So these two. We'll go ahead and trim this extra casing off. So there we go. I'm just going to roll that back because we're not using those. Put a piece of tape or something around it. This is tricky. I should have had my wire strippers down here. Yeah. There we go. You just don't want to cut into the wires because then you're going to have a bad connection. There we go. Alright, this is going to be the tricky part because I have to solder it to the lug that the bumblebee capacitor is already soldered to. So, I'll do my ground last. Let's see here. Maybe I'm going to go underneath all this stuff, which is almost impossible now. There we go. Just trying to find a way to route this to make it look nice and clean. I don't like anything to look sloppy or just haphazardly thrown together. I like it to look like it was meant to be that way. And I think this is going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass. But we'll get it. There. I got the wire through the hole. Now I'm just trying to get it wrapped around so when I solder it, it has a good connection. I just jumped the wires with solder. I knew that was going to be a pain in the butt. Yeah, because you can't get to it. There we go. At least I desoldered the two. I had to pick up soldered to the there we go. Yeah, that works. I might as well do the ground. Yeah, I'll do the green first. Get it to the other pickup before I lose too much. I'm going to call it slack here. So close to getting it in the little hole, but you got all the other wires in the way, and that ground wire, which is solid, that they have soldered to the pot. And I think I got it through there. Yep. There we go. Got some longer strands here I'm trimming off before I solder it. Alright, I just got to do this ground here. Alright, gotta retwist it wire. It's a little loose wire on it, so I don't want that sticking out. Alright. So now I just got to figure out how to get the jack in, but there's my very first solder job. I don't think it looks that bad. It probably could have been a little cleaner, but I don't think that's bad for my very first time ever soldering anything together. So let's go ahead and figure out this jack. Alright, well, I'm going to have to figure out how the jack goes in, because they don't have any instructions here on where the jack hooks up. Alright, well, I'm going to go look for soldering for dummies on YouTube and find out how this input jack goes. I know it's got a hot and a ground. I just don't know where they go. So as soon as I figure this out, we'll be done with this. Throw this back plate cover on. I threw the knobs on already. I did that when it wasn't recording. But yeah, I think it's almost done now. So sorry to disappoint you that it's not going to be finished on this video. Obviously, I have to stop and go figure out what's going on with the jack plate. And once I figure it out though, I'll know what I'm doing on the next one. And I'm debating whether if I should use this, since it's already shielded and it's already got it for the three-way switch. So instead of trying to put what do you call it, shrink tape or shrink wrap around the metal wires, I might use this. But then my theory is these are tiny little itty bitty wires. Probably going to get a better sound quality transferring through them than I am two little tiny strands. So yeah, I just made up my mind. I'm going to figure out how to use the old style wiring, and we'll just put some shrink wrap over it. Alright, well, thank you for watching. Next time you guys see this, this will be done, because I'll just go ahead and button up the input jack and get that done. Maybe the next video we do, probably, I don't know if it'll be on this or not, but before I put the cover on, I can show you guys that I finished it up or whatever. But yeah, so there it is. It's really not that hard. I very nervously wanted to not do that for a while, and I figured out it's really not that hard. So, all right. Thank you again for watching, and next time you see me, this will be done, and we'll be starting on the Cherryburst project. So we are going to put the third pickup in this probably. If not, we'll still do something cool with it. But the DiMarzio super distortions that are coming out of my 76, I think I'm going to put in this. So I think I'll use those pickups unless I find something cooler or different. I really don't want to use the 4-wire PAF burst buckers that came out of this. I want to get rid of that stuff, like I said, and stick to all the vintage style stuff. No more 3-way switches with this kind of wiring in it either. If I'd have paid more attention to that, then I would not have bought that. So then I am disappointed about 4-wire conductor switch in here, but it is what it is. It's going to be all right. But from now on, we'll definitely stick to the vintage wiring. So, all right. Next time you see it, it's going to be done, and we'll be moving on to the next project. So again, thank you guys for watching.